to everybody, because this prevents and heals cancer to a significant degree.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. Today is Thursday, January 16th. Yeah, 2025. And here we are, 5 days away, 4 days away from the golden age. Can hardly wait. For those of you who invested in XRP, took the hint, even if you got in a little over $2, you're still on top, right? So it's been a fabulous 48 hours for people who do hold XRP. Let's see where I'm going to go over here. I don't think I had any pre-news that I wanted to cover. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, I know what I'm going to talk about. Yeah, let me back over here. All right, I know a lot of you are asking about the trademark class. And da, 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 da. Get over here and just show you what's going on. I was working on it last night, and it was after Square's hours, and I couldn't get customer support, so I had to wait till this morning. Got it this morning. So it's going into the website, and this is not yet done. But anyway, this is what it's going to look like. This will be the logo, and this will be the modules logos. You see there's module 1, has a 1 in it, 2, 3, all the way to 9. And this is a homeroom. So if you want to do this class a la carte, let's say you just want to take module 1, 2, 5, 7, and 9. Actually, I got a misspelling there. You'll be in the homeroom. So all these for just for you to watch the videos. You can comment with each other, but this will be the gathering place. This will be like the day room where everybody goes and meets and talks, where Wesley Keith Mullins will come on, and I don't know his structure. This is all his stuff, all his materials, all his property. It's all copyrighted. All I'm doing is providing a platform, doing all the advertising, marketing, processing, obviously logo creation. So I'm doing the artwork as well. We are both working on the actual text you're going to read in here. So I'm trying to keep it condensed under 400 words or less. And when you go to the processing in Square, you'll see the same information. So it's coming up. I'm working on it. So it will be available. There will also be another one in here that's not in here. And even though this is a double layout, it may go to a triple layout. I don't know. But there will be, as you see, these are the a la cartes. So I don't have the complete package for all 9 modules in here yet. But hopefully I will be able to complete this sometime today. Seem to be going a little bit faster now that I got some customer support about an hour ago. So that is Wesley Keith Mullins trademark class. Actually, let me go pop one up here. I don't know, that's a little big. I should have got a little one. But anyway, that's what will be found in telegrams. Whenever you see that, that's Wesley Keith Mullings trademark class. All right, let me get over to the comments real quick before I jump into who our guest is. It's been a hell of a week with my guests, so I'm very excited and happy to have him on here. Hello, Ingrid. Yes, I am too. Most of you don't know, I have a horticulture technology degree from Alvin Community College here in South Houston, where the great Nolan Ryan is from. And, we never, permaculture was not in the vernacular during class. So, again, I am extremely interested in this because I love growing things, especially beautiful things. Hang on one second. All right. Hey, Petty Sock. Afternoon, I was listening and saw bandanas. I'm not ignoring anyone. I don't know. I'm lost on that one. But I saw that you were interested in going to the gem and jewelry show. And I sent you a message because, yeah, I'd like to go to that too. So maybe we can go hang out together. Maybe go do Saltgrass, Popsitos, Biggio's, something there in the GRB or around there. And Keith Little is in the house, everybody. If you don't know who Keith Little is, he's on YouTube as El Petro. Y'all go check him out. Leslie is a great man. He knows his shit. He does. I'm looking forward to doing the trademark process myself. So I'm right there with you. All right. And thank you, everybody, for being here and joining this show. I would think I would have more viewers than this for Jim Gale, but is what it is. Jim's going to come on in roughly 6 minutes. So I'm going to dive into who Jim is. That way the introduction's already done before he gets backstage. This is one of his websites. There's 3 that I know of, and he possibly has more. But this is the greater reset.org. There's a ER after greaterreset.org. And Jim Gale, CEO, founder, and chief storyteller. These are these 2 organizations, Food Forest Abundance, Freedom Farm Academy. I was introduced to Jim by his co-author, who has been a previous guest on my show, Corey Indralat. If you're not familiar with Corey Indralat, go check him out. Corey, Nature is the Answer. He just posted a recent interview that he did with Lewis Herms. I tried to get them together. I was going to go to that event in Plano, and then they had another one in College Station. I missed them, sadly. I was even thinking about going out to Florida and joining the one in Tampa. That's where Corey went and inserted himself, met Lewis, met some other people. Obviously, he made a big impact on Lewis because Lewis had him on the show. And you want to talk about some men being mesmerized by I call Corey a prodigy. He's so far advanced for his age. But that's how I met Jim Gale, and I'm very happy to have him on here. More about Jim. He's an outdoor enthusiast, entrepreneur, permaculture expert, financial expert, husband, father, and friend. And one thing you don't see on here, and he should add it, humanitarian. A four-time All-American and national champion wrestler, Jim has excelled at pursuing his goals with fervor and passion, in part through his practice of inspired visioning and meditation. And we may get into some of that. I don't know how much time Jim has to do the show today, but we're definitely going to get into the permaculture and his academy. But if we can get into some of this other stuff, it'd be great. If we don't have time, that's fine too. I will definitely ask him to come back on the show with all my guests. I think there's going to be so much information that he has to offer, so many opportunities that it would take more than one show. Jim has spent his adult life exploring. He backpacked through 37 countries, lived with the Maasai, experienced island life in Hawaii for a time, all learning about cultures and fine-tuning his interests. At 29, he set new goals, starting with, quote, to be retired in 3 years, close quote. Well, Jim, I don't think you're quite retired, did you? And then created a $1 billion mortgage company in 3 years, helping him accomplish that life goal. Following the achievement of his mortgage success, he bought a boat and lived on the ocean for a year. Then moved to Costa Rica to build eco-villages where he discovered permaculture. This was a life-changing experience. The aha moment where he set a new mission to bring this concept to every household in the world. And voila, Food Forest Abundance was born. Jim is a sought-after motivational speaker who discusses self-reliance, entrepreneurship, food independence and supplies, sovereignty, and a grow freedom mindset. Food Forest Abundance helps people grow their own food, turning lawns into food forests. By leveraging the science of permaculture, which is permanent agriculture, and we'll get into more of that, and by working in harmony with nature, they're able to design and install beautiful edible landscapes at homes, schools, churches, city parks, long-term care homes, corporate campuses, and more that yield incredible amounts of healthy, poison-free food. And we're going to get into that as well. They have a team of professional permaculture designers and installers around the world who are ready to help you grow your own food, strengthen your community, and grow freedom today. So here you go. If you want to follow him over on Telegram, Odyssey, and what is this one? I don't even know what this one is. And here you go. If you would like to donate to Jim, sponsored by you, the community. We are powerful. We are beautiful. We are free. And of course, there's a picture of Jim. He has an event coming up, Mexico 2025. It's 2025. Let's go look at his schedule. The People's Reset. Mexico 2025. All dates and times are U.S. Central Time. Buy tickets January 29th to February 2nd. Wow, that's right around the corner, huh? Liberate your mind, body, and soul, 29th. If we hope to build the next stage of humanity, I told you he's a humanitarian, we must go forward. We must, I'm sorry, we must go beyond fighting for liberation in the external world. We must also seek to heal and empower our internal world. With this in mind, we will launch the 6th activation by focusing on solutions for our physical, mental, and spiritual health. On the 29th, the curriculum will be from 10 to 10:07 a.m. Welcome and opening ceremony with Derek Bros and Miriam Gomez. And then right after that, we'll have the intention setting exercise, again with the same two co-hosts. And after that, Miriam Gomez will speak. I trust in the tools I have. And then after that, we'll have Mark Zimchak. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I may be corrected by Jim when he comes on, but he will talk about breath, brain, and heart coherence. After that will be Lainey Liberty, Healing Through Parenthood, the Transformative Power of Partnership Parenting. They'll take a lunch break from 12:30 to 2. That's a nice lunch break. And then come back with Rebecca Bush talking about the heal is real, overcoming B11, B2 with powerful detox protocols. Oh, breast implant illness. There it is right there. All right. The heal is real, overcoming breast implant illness. So for all you strippers out there you go. All you trophy wives, there you go. Okay. Next is up is Jose Luis Bueno Ramos with Entrenamiento Quantico de Ver. All right. I need to learn Spanish. Divergente. There you go. After Jose, we will have Jason Christoff, Financial Power and the Truth of Movement. And then Derek Bros comes back later in the evening at 4:10 with community networking. And then the evening will coincide with For Liberty and Community Concert. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce this one, Sinuhe Garcia. And please forgive me if I tore that up. Rhyme Wave, Soul Disciple, Auresia, and Freedom Styles. On the 30th, Derek Bros is back to open the day with what is permaculture and how it can heal the planet. Following Derek will be Hector Adame, La Busara, sus efectos catastróficos y una solución. I guess that's a solution to catastrophes. But hope I translated that correctly. And next up, we have Galia Kleiman, Ancestral Practices Transcend the Great Forgetting. And then we follow up with Jorge Catalan, Aplicando de Permaculture Todas las Cosas. So obviously, I guess they're doing an English and then a Spanish version. So that seems to be pretty cool. And right before the lunch break, Katizia Coco Palmana. I just don't have the role for all that. Sowing the Future, the power of seed saving for future generations. It's a good little talk right there. And they will do again another hour and a half lunch break and come back with a roundtable of Hector Adami, Galia Kleiman, Katzia, and I'm just going to leave her last name there, and Jorge Catalan, Permaculture in Mexico panel. And we'll follow that up with Dr. Lydia Guillen de Leon and Arturo Ponce de Leon, Sacred Ecology, the Fusion of Permaculture and Ancient Temple Design. And then we follow up with Yoshi and I'm going to say Pola, and I could be pronouncing that wrong. Pantera, Yoshi and Pola Pantera. And they're going to talk about the regenerative awakening, balancing sacred feminine and masculine energy for thriving permaculture systems. Wow. Okay. The yin and the yang. Awesome. And that will be followed again by Derek Bros, who looks like he has the 410 time slot. Again, community networking, and he will close out the day. Derek, again, with Echo Village Networking. Oh, and the 31st. This is a huge event. John Bush opens it up. Why are parallel systems important? And Russ Woodland, and Michael Fraser, the New Earth Network, community-based education. I didn't realize this was going to go that long, and I can't see backstage. So if you're backstage, Jim, let me get through this, and I'll be right there. Because if people want to attend this, I think this is an important event. Reg Lyman, Tumen, Modera Automa Comunitaria. I guess that's a automated money in the community. Bradley Logan, the true reset from man-made law to divine law. There we go. Ruben Luengas. I'm not even going to try to do that one. Experience. And they'll take, again, another hour and a half lunch break, and then they will be back with the Communities Reset community group picture where all the attendees and hosts and guests and VIPs will be in attendance and take a group picture. And we will follow that with Etienne de la Beauté. Do we really need government? How voluntarism and the free market provide public goods for free without waste. Now, that's excellent because Corey talks about voluntarism, and I want to have him on the show and just do a show about his two topics that he likes to espouse. And he talks about them so fast, he really doesn't take a deep dive in them. So I'd like to get a presentation for you guys. And then we will follow up with a roundtable with Ryan Christian, Ruben Luengas, Dan Aston Gregory. And again, Derek Bros pops back in the picture with the International Independent Media Panel, followed by Derek Bros again, the trials and tribulations of building a parallel community. And then they'll have the community networking, and then they will close it out with another concert, Together We Rise, with Dub FX, Sahida Apsara, Ale Clay, Presence, and 33. And here's the first. Golly, I hope I'm getting close. Hakeem Anwar will open it up with exploring different types of technology for liberation. Jonathan Appel will talk about a cleaner future powered by waste. That should be pretty interesting. David Perez Negron, a Web3 introduction. Catherine Armitage, dodecahedron, and the power of sacred technology. Well, that's getting out there. Sterling Lujan, Renaissance of the Tribal Network, embracing the parallel society movement and applying wisdom to governance. They will take another hour and a half lunch break and come back with Aaron Day speaking about defeating CBDC tyranny with privacy coins and tokens. Next up will be Hakeem Anwar back, protecting our minds and health from abusive tech. A roundtable of our tech panel, Hakeem Anwar, Aaron Day, Sterling Lujan, David Perez Negron. Another community networking with Derek Bros, and a Morelia sightseeing and VIP dinner for everyone involved. And that looks like that closes out the event. Oh, no, that's the second. Geez, boy, this is like a educational vacation. Going to college for a week or so. Okay, on the second, we have Derek Bros opening it again with what is a conscious and free community. Brenda K. Smith, Catching Freedom, the connection of childbirth and liberty. Paco Aya, Reselabs biosocials como espacios de regeneración comunitaria. Hope I got all that right. Now, if I just could put it together in my own mind and actually speak it. Gabriel Villarreal, Poxel, your eco-friendly community at the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula. Hena Maria, Cultural Revival, Humanity's Last Chance, and again, another hour and a half lunch break. Come back with Amanda Rose, How to Casually Unravel Your Matrix Without Stressing About Humanity's Future. That's a good one. Dan Aston Gregory is back with Live Free and Prosper, a no BS guide to thriving in 2025. Awesome. Everybody should get that one. And John Bush follows that with the Agora Activation Plan, practical strategies and mindset hacks for building the new earth. A community networking session. And finally, yes, we are the very end from 7 to 11. We will have Miriam Gomez back and Luke, the Kakyo Ceremony and Music Temple. And there you go. Time zone conversions. This is the website, thegreaterreset.org. If you want to join the movement, sign right up and subscribe. Go check this out if you want to get a breakdown of what each and every one of these panelists will discuss, the topics, the minutia. Dive right in. There you go. That's coming up January 29th to February 2nd, 2025. And where is this at in Mexico? Morelia, Mexico. There you go, folks. That's a little bit on Jim, and I have him in the background. And without further ado, I'm going to say thank you for your service to humanity, Jim, right off the bat. So without further ado, Jim Gale. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I was listening to you read off that list of incredible speakers. Many of them I consider dear friends and some of the most courageous among us. And just one thing that really sparked me is, my wife, we've been together 19 years now. And
Congratulations.
I met her in Costa Rica, and she got breast implants at the age of like 23-ish. She got really sick and multiple doctor visits, finally got them taken out, and she got better fast. So Rebecca Bush, thank you for spreading the word on that.
Did she have the silicone or saline?
She had silicone, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was silicone. Yeah. But I don't remember that well. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it was nasty.
Most of them were silicone. I don't want to ask her age. How long ago did she have them implanted? That'll tell you.
It was 17 or 18 years ago.
And she got them done in Costa Rica. So probably silicone. They're less expensive because nobody was using silicone in the States unless you specifically requested silicone because they were leaking and causing silicone poisoning in the women.
Yep. Yeah, it was brutal. So the word's getting out, my friend.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, coming on the show and allowing me to talk to you, introduce you to my audience, and hopefully people will get involved. Yeah. And thank you, Corey. Let's talk about Corey for a second.
Oh, we could talk about him for a long time and not even get to this. That young fella is he's going to be a world changer. He already is. It's amazing what the way he puts things together, his wisdom. He reminds me of Hamilton, but the good version.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He's astounding. When I first caught his show, I was like, oh my God, we've got to put this guy on a pedestal because he's going somewhere. He's a mover and shaker. Yes. I've been trying to get him and my daughter to talk. My daughter's at SMU getting her PhD in psychology. She already has a master's in psychology and a minor in anthropological pharmacology. And she's going to be somebody. She currently, and I never thought I would ever say this, currently sells franchises for Cheech and Chong.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
know. I mean, she literally works for those two individuals. It's a trip. Yeah, she called me
Oh,
up to me. I was like, "What?"
that's fantastic.
Yeah. But her bent is using natural psychoactive substances to heal the body.
Yeah.
So I think her and Corey would be a great compliment because they're both the same age
Yeah.
to go on tour and talk to these kids in these colleges and universities
Oh,
because they
that would
get.
be.
Oh yeah, I know. So if we could put it like a little group of that age group together that are across all fronts, because Corey's great, but he's overwhelming in his information because he's giving you just, I mean, we're talking about philosophers and the founding fathers, and he's quoting all these people on, word for word. And you're just like, oh my God, where did this kid come from?
It's truly amazing. Yeah. Oh,
Yes. So if y'all don't know who Corey is, go check him out on YouTube. Corey, nature is the answer. He is spectacular.
yep.
Uh,
Nita.one, NITA.one.
okay. What is that? Nita.one.
Nature is the answer is the website, Nita.one.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever been over there. I just haven't had time. So anyway, you've done a lot with your life. You were a college wrestler, high school wrestler.
Yep. Yep.
Can't
I wrestled through
remember.
college, and it was an incredible. I learned the first time in my life I wrote my goals. I was 19 years old, and the college wrestling coach said to everybody, said, you have to have your goals on my desk by Monday or you're not practicing. And at that time in my life, I was 19. The 2 previous years sucked, or the 3. And relatively speaking, to the guys in the room, I was kind of a failure. And anyway, I wrote my goals and it changed my life. I wrote that I wanted to be a 3-time All-American and national champion. The coach laughed at me when I handed my goals because he didn't think it was possible. And then I love the coach. He's a great coach, but there's no way. Anyway, it ended up happening even better than that. And it was a wonderful run.
Wow. Where did you go to school at?
MSU in Mankato, Minnesota.
Okay.
Minnesota
You like
State.
it?
I mean, before I really traveled the world, I loved it. Now I like the warmth a little better.
Don't we all as we get
Yeah.
older?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes sense. So you backpacked 37 countries.
Yep. Yep. Lived with the Maasai. That was the memories that I hold kind of the highest value in my life. Living with the Maasai and experiencing their life and walking in their shoes just for a little bit was very transformative. And same thing going to Karachi, Pakistan, and Dar es Salaam and Lusaka and all, just seeing the different cultures where everybody's just people. We want to feed our kids. We want to enjoy life. We want to steward the land. We want to just have good lives. And man, it's amazing how culture can mess with the mind.
So in your travels and with what you just stated, what would you think would be the detrimental effect on Western civilization versus all those different tribal entities? Because that's basically what they are,
Yeah.
how their culture and how they live. Because I have
Well,
my own reason, what I think it is.
yeah. I mean, I go back to the stories of when the English came over here, and you have all these indigenous tribes living on the land, and they're living with nature instead of separate from, right? They're integrated with nature. This idea of control and dominance over nature, based on what I've read, did not occur to them like it did to the people who came over. And when the English came over, and as an act of war against these people, they ordered the army to kill all the buffalo
Mhm.
to control the food supply, which then led to controlling the people. and it's very relevant today. So yeah, I think that the whole system of colonialism and force and violence that we've lived under for maybe ever, it's just all fading away into history as we learn to be free.
Would you say that materialism is the downfall of the Western civilization versus that type of lifestyle and culture?
Yeah, I would say I'd call it ignorance, because I mean, this is my material world all around me, and
Right?
I absolutely love it, right? But my love of it adds more life to the overall system.
Okay.
Whereas their version of materialism is based in scarcity and hoarding and controlling. And those systems, those that just doesn't work over time. It's unsustainable.
Absolutely. It's unsustainable. So, as your travels, you said the Maasai, you mentioned them. What other culture and what other type of lifestyle that they were living made the biggest impact on you? Was it just the Maasai or was it a combination?
Well, it was all kind of a melting pot of all the different cultures and how unique they were. The Maasai in particular, they didn't have like their huts, their houses. I call them huts, right? That's my programming. But their houses where there was a cow skin laid out, stretched out, and there was a mom and dad, and they had at least three kids, right? And there was basically three rooms in this house, and there was a fire pit in the middle of it where they had a fire going, if not all the time, most of the time. And the walls are made of cow shit with sticks, these certain kinds of sticks over there. I don't know what kind they were, but
Right.
they went together, and then the cows, they come in the daytime, and they are at nighttime, so they don't get eaten by lions. And the cows are in the middle of all of the houses with brambles and thorns around the whole community to keep the lions out at night. And they were happy.
Wow.
They were happy people, super happy. This idea of a job, they didn't, this the whole thing that we've been living under is a big fat lie, right? They didn't have jobs. They walked around, and I'll never forget, they're playing games constantly. Like they all have these sticks, like hatchets or different sticks, and they'd come up on a stump, and all of a sudden they all go hooey and make a noise, and they'd throw their stick at the stump like for a practice thing. And I mean, and then we'd play this game with our hands where you try to get somebody off balance and stuff. It was amazing.
Wow. What a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have really no, at the time, knowledge of the outside world and the materialism and all that
No,
that
I
goes
mean,
with it.
to some degree, you're absolutely accurate. They didn't have the experience of it. They had awareness of it. Some of their um, members or community
Mhm.
would go to Cape Town, or I mean, not Cape Town, but Nairobi, and they'd go to school. And then they'd
Okay.
come back and they'd be dressed different, and they would be all, I don't know. You could tell they were getting indoctrinated. They just weren't the same as the very peaceful, happy people that were just all around me.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did they go to Western world and get corrupted and come back and infect the tribe like that?
Yeah. Yeah. But we're waking up, brother. We're waking up at scale, and then we can have both. We don't have to shun any one particular thing. We just become aware of what's essentially good for us,
Hmm.
and we just follow our bliss, right? I mean, we're 100% off grid, and I've never been happier in my life. And every day I learn something new. Like this is a turmeric tuber, and
Okay.
I've been out in the field more than ever lately, and it was really sunny until the last couple of days. And anyway, I got a cold sore, a blister on my lip, and I was trying this stuff out of a tube, and it was just getting more painful and more painful. I cut some turmeric open, and I rubbed that on there, starting about 2 hours ago, and the pain is diminished completely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't feel any pain no more when I'm just sitting. I used to be able to feel my heartbeat in my lip. Have you ever felt that?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I've
sucks.
gotten them before too.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
that's insane. Does it help heal it, or just is it a pain reliever?
Well, it's definitely an anti-inflammatory. This little gold, this is worth more than real gold to a cancer survivor, or to people, because the more people I serve, the more people want to serve back, and then it becomes this wheel of abundance.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a friend. She used to be on the show, but she's become very busy with her new life in Kentucky. And she, I think she's in one of the big cities, either like Seattle, Washington, or something like that. One of these trash cities now. Packed up her family, moved to Kentucky, bought a couple acres right down the street from her mom, and she was going through the whole thing of adapting to country life. So they bought some chicks. They grew to hens, and then the hens laid the eggs. They incubated the eggs, and then they became chicks. So her kids are now watching this whole rejuvenation of nature,
Wow.
growing their own food, eating their own food, reproducing their own food. Yeah. And she's always posting on Facebook, man, I wouldn't trade this life for anything. I will never, ever, ever go back to, Washington city life.
Yes.
Incredible. And you did one of the most important things when you're procuring property. That is getting land with water.
Yeah.
And yeah, what give us your statement on that about why you chose this piece of land, the size of the land you got, and the body of water that's on it, and why? And because you chose that for a reason.
I feel like it was chosen for us because there's something else going on. I've done the numbers. I'm kind of a math guy, and statistically, it's impossible for this all to be a coincidence. So, what happened was my partner's a pilot. One of my partners, Brian, on the land here, and we had lived together in Costa Rica almost 12 years ago. His family and our family lived in the same community up in the mountains. It was 2011, and we were thinking that the economy might collapse, in the not too distant future. And it actually did, but they just did something they've never done, and they just started printing money at a scale that they've never done before. Um, so anyway, we had a goal of finding at least 10 to 20 acres where we could have our families. He wanted a runway, even if it was a grass runway, and we both wanted to be on water, right? So I knocked on a bunch of doors. We're 40 minutes from the Orlando International Airport, and the other stipulation is it had to be within an hour because that's where his base was, or is. And anyway, when I told the developers and the realtors and all these people this is what we're looking for, they just shook their head and said that doesn't, okay, we'll look for it. But anyway, they said it didn't exist. Some people said I don't think that exists. I get a call about 2 weeks after I started reaching out, and this guy named Bob called me. He's an old schooler that is one of the leading developer support guys in this whole region. And he said, Jim, we found something, and it sounds like it's right what you're looking for. It's 51 acres. It's got about, I don't know, thousands of feet of lake frontage on a private 430-acre lake where we've got the only docks on the lake. It's got a mile-long paved runway that borders the east of our property.
I'll
And
be right back.
it's at the end of the road, and it's ridiculously beautiful. And so we bought it right away. I kind of put together the deal. In fact, for everybody listening out there, um, I was dead broke 4 years ago. I had invested everything I had into bringing these solutions to the market at scale, starting with developing communities in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and I had a lot of failures. And anyway, I was dead broke, and I started a business at a mall. It was a kiosk that I designed that was living, and it was to demonstrate permaculture at a mall and then scale and create these kiosks everywhere. And anyway, that was 2019, end of the year. Within 4 months, the final investment that I had borrowed against my lot here at Galt's Landing, the final investment was gone. I was dead broke, scared shitless. and I was sobbing. I was walking and I was asking for help. And for the first time in my life, I stepped into the frequency of faith. And I am not a religious guy. I believe that God, I am a Christian. I grew up that way and I love the teachings. And anyway, when I stepped into pure faith, the light bulb went on and I literally could see better instantly. It was like I was walking, it was at night and I could see better. I was like, and I was tearing up, I was sobbing. And anyway, from that moment forward, there's been a lot of learnings, but it's just been a beautiful path. So that's how it happened. And oh, there, he's back. All right.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening and watching.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. I wasn't sure. I was gonna keep rambling on if you had
Oh,
go get a coffee or take a pee or something.
oh no. My dog's over here. Something's wrong with her. She's been whining for the last couple of days. Been very
Oh
clingy.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, the house that I'm in right now, when I was a child, we moved on this side of town. I used to hunt here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how small Houston was. Now it's, you cannot not be in a populated area.
Yeah.
But we used to go to Montgomery County, the county north of us, which is just south of the Sam Houston National Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the last time I was there was probably in the 80s, late 80s.
Yeah.
And, as a kid, they had a huge pine forest where you were literally uh, melanated men would come by on their tractor and they'd be selling mason jars of moonshine.
Yeah.
For real.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a trip. And you could venture back in the woods and you could find these old shacks, these little just square shacks that really had no rooms. They had shelves on them and they had old stuff there. And we called that antiquing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I hadn't been out there in quite a while and it was some family friends' property. But I went out there 2018. All the pine trees were gone. As far as you could see, they were gone.
Yep.
Leveled.
Black rock.
I was like, oh my God, what did they do to this place?
Yep.
And of course they're going to develop it and build the big McMansions and all that stuff. But it's that's why I can't wait. Oh my God, look at this place, bro! You're so in heaven.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's really, I pinch myself every day, brother. I grew up on a 60-acre lake with a dock every 100 feet, and I always had this dream or vision of having more space, and now we've got it.
Man, that is just so awesome. God, I can't wait to come out there and hang.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I want to be you. You don't even know.
I don't know how it all happens. I just know I'm very thankful, and I'm here to serve. And it's folks like you that light up my day, that are doing it, and together, together we follow Bucky Fuller's sentiment. He said, "You cannot change things by fighting the existing reality. Instead, you create a new model that makes the old model obsolete." Right? So that's what we're doing. Is we're simply standing with complete faith and courage and joy and strategy and tactics and collaboration with other people who want the same. And we bring this everywhere.
How do people get involved?
So if you want to get involved, you can reach out to the folks at foodforestabundance.com or please come and visit. We've got these Airbnbs. We've got you please read the Airbnb, what are they called? Reviews. My wife is responsible for that. I don't do really anything but walk around and talk. And I do plant. I do love to get in the soil. Now I've got yellow hands and yellow fingers. So I'm really starting to get back to my roots on that. But anyway, the reviews are fantastic, and yeah, come visit.
What's the name of the entity on Airbnb? Do you know?
Oh, thank you. It's Galt's Landing, which is after John Galt from Atlas Shrugged. It's GALTS landing.farm. Galt's Landing.farm.
Farm or farms?
Farm, no S. Galt's Landing.farm.
Whoops, misspelled Galt's.
GALTS.
GaltzLanding.farm. Got it on
Yeah.
there. And then your academy. Let me throw that on here. I'm putting the links in the chat.
Awesome. Foodforestabundance.com.
Yep. There it is. So y'all can go check that out. Airbnb. How long can they stay there?
I mean, if they want to stay for, a few days, a week, a month, we're not doing really any long term, but yeah, it's kind of like an Airbnb model. We want to show as many people as possible. That's why we focus on the short terms more than the long terms.
Okay. And how many Airbnbs do you have, and how many can you accommodate per Airbnb?
We have 4 little casitas, 1 bedrooms, and we have then a 5 bedroom, a 2 bedroom, and a 4 bedroom. We're currently living in the 4 bedroom, but we're going to soon move over to our family homestead right there.
Okay. So you can accommodate,
Like,
do y'all have bunk beds in the rooms, or do y'all have single beds?
Yeah,
Queens?
so
What's that look like?
the smaller homes can accommodate 3, like 2 parents and 1 or 2 kids. The 4 or 5 bedrooms can accommodate, 2 people per room typically. So yeah, probably 30 people at the same time would be a good kind of max currently.
And do you just, as they come, first come, first serve kind of deal, or do y'all schedule it? You can come on these dates.
Yeah, Airbnb does all that, and my wife helps manage all that. But basically, it's just an Airbnb sign up, so we keep it simple.
Right. Well, I'm saying what I'm getting at is they can just come anytime they want. There's not like, okay, we're taking guests February 2nd through whatever. Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, let me see if anybody else has any questions over here in the chat. Man, that is just so awesome. And
look at all these star fruit. Look at all this. This is ridiculous.
Wow.
And my friend, this soil, this was sand like just over 2.5 years ago. There's nothing here but sand.
Sand. Like beach sand?
Like Florida sand. Like horrible soil. And look at all these new leaves coming in on the longans.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the temperature today there?
Right now, it might be up in the 60. This is a cherry tree. This is a guava, a strawberry guava. This is a hog plum, mulberries.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is a baby food forest. Like, this is still very immature. As this grows, wow, it really creates such an exponential amount of food. It's incredible.
What do y'all do with all the food? Do y'all donate it?
Yeah, most of it goes back into the soil right now. Or we give a lot away, but eventually now we're going to start with Eric's presence. We're going to start turning it into medicine, powdering, and then just selling the excess.
Okay. And put it all right back into the to the farm.
Yep.
Wow. Oh man, that is so awesome. I'm still over here looking for questions. There's a lot of comments.
Cool.
A lot of comments. I tell you what, if any one of my viewers want to do a little get together and arrange to go visit Galt's Landing together, yeah, y'all hit me up. He doesn't have a green thumb. He has an orange.
I do have an orange thumb. Look at that.
Orange thumbs. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a lot of people over here.
Yeah, and this area is all opportunity. Look at these beans. These beans, every plant produces beans and seeds that grow exponentially more food, right? And this area is our opportunity. We just harvested a massive amount of turmeric from this area, which is like gold. Hey, Ota. So check this out. My brother-in-law Hota, who is like dear family, and we're so blessed. He just cleaned up this little patch here, and look at these sweet potatoes. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Right? And then so this huge pile of sweet potatoes, we're gonna take this and we're gonna break these vines up and we're gonna give them to. I'm gonna have a few speaking events, and we can give this vine 2 foot of this vine to somebody, and this has already been done multiple times. They can turn that into 100 pounds of food within like a year and a half.
How do you keep those sustainable? Do y'all like cut them and then freeze them like they do citrus stalks?
Now you're outside of my wheelhouse.
Okay.
I know how to do the most basic stuff. I need a lot of learning when it comes to how to prepare and how to store. So that's the next phase for me, is learning how to utilize the abundance in the most beautiful ways.
And you're always adding to the crops,
Yes.
different
Yes.
varieties. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Look at these figs.
Whoa, bro, man.
Look at that. Those are delicious.
And guess what, folks? That's real fast food. That's the fastest food you can get.
Screw the 15-minute city. We got 5-minute city. We walk outside, it's all right here.
You don't even have to go in the kitchen. It's just right there.
Yep.
Man, that is just so badass.
Yeah, a lot of.
I'm super, super impressed with what you've done and accomplished. So kudos to you. Thank you very much for doing what you're doing.
And thank you, brother. Together we win this.
If there were just hundreds of people just like yourself who got out of the rat race, the materialism of life, and dedicated it towards humanity and self-sustainability.
Yep.
Man, I'm green with envy.
I love it. That's great. Right? I call it joyfully envious.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that the main house that was behind you? The big white?
This is our family homestead right here. It's almost done.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah. I can't even imagine what that view is from the second floor.
The sunsets right here. The sunsets are ridiculous.
Oh my God, I bet. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm blown away, man. You just, I want to emulate exactly what you're doing.
And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help other people get this all over the world, because it's logical and it can happen fast when we integrate, especially when we integrate the communities in the churches, the schools, the prisons, and the current systems. All we got to do is tweak the awareness from unsustainable and destructive, and we just help people see what's possible, and then it just goes woof all over this great land.
Wow. That's, man, it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank your family.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't even know what else to say.
Awesome, brother. Well, I love you, and I'm so glad that Corey connected us. Thank you, Corey, and thank you, Derek Bros and John Bros, and everybody who's out there doing what we're doing. And I'll send you some emails right after this, and we'll make some connections.
Absolutely. Yeah, I sent a text to Corey. He must be slammed. I haven't heard from him in a couple days.
Yeah.
That's a good thing if he's busy, because he is a workaholic go-getter, and he's probably talking to some really good people if he's too busy.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. All right. Anything you want to close with? Tell everybody before we wrap this up, and I definitely want to have you back on the show.
Yeah, I guess the first thing that comes to mind, so I'll say it, is The Art of War. Sun Tzu said, "Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories." Contemplate that, my friends.
Absolutely. I actually have that book.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It is. It is. It's a really good book. All right, Jim. Well, thank you very much for being here. Man,
brother.
Go enjoy the rest of your day, and I know you're going to. All you got to do is just turn around.
I'm going to go catch some fish. All right. See you, everybody. Have a fantastic day.
You too. Thank you, Jim. I don't even know what to say about that. I have this vision in my mind of how I wanted to live my life, out of the big city. I've been in the city my entire life, unless I was in prison. And, the idyllic life. And that's part of what I tell everybody once this foreign currency exchange happens, that, you're going to have an opportunity to move on with your life and what that looks like. Some of you are going to run right out and get a big McMansion in the middle of the city, or some big high-rise condo or something, as opposed to moving out into a rural area and actually really living free. That's why I tell everybody, go disappear. Go get you an Airbnb for a minute. Okay. Because I want you to really think about this, because if you come wealthier than you've ever imagined being, millionaire, multimillionaire, as soon as you take that funds and you go get back into the city life, where that's not freedom. Okay. That's slave mentality. You're back in the slave system. Got to pay property taxes, got to pay utilities, got to go to the grocery store, get your food. You got to have gas to go do that. You got to have a job to support this. Or if you're living on your money, you're just wasting your money, you're throwing it away. But if you go live in something rural like Jim is, and develop it in the same permaculture, aquaculture system, and you have a body of water, and you're self-sufficient as far as your energy needs, you don't need anything. You don't need to go to a grocery store. You don't need to go shopping for clothes if you can mend your own clothes. You can fish. You can hunt. You can trap. You can teach your kids how to live an entirely different life and educate them. And thank God, there's people like Jim Gale on the forefront. They're leading the way. They're teaching people how to do this. And he tells you flat out, hey, look, I'm no expert. I don't know everything. I can't even grow things. That's honesty. That's integrity. That's a man of substance right there, who knows his value, knows his strengths and weaknesses. And that's why you surround yourself with people who are more intelligent and smarter than yourself, to raise yourself to a higher level. So if you have any negativity in your life, please try to expel it as quickly as possible and get it out of the way. And I'm definitely going to go down to visit Jim. I'm going to go see several people over in Florida while I'm there. I have, Corey's there, Gianna Maselli's there, obviously Jim's there, and there's a few other people. Doug Molo's there. So yeah, definitely. Mary, you're more than welcome. I am very grateful to be able to have the opportunity to reach out to folks like Jim and Dr. Sandy Miarecki, who I had on earlier this week, and have them come on the show and, sacrifice their time, money, and energy to relay the message out to you, to my audience, and hopefully to other people and get them involved. We all have to work together on this. We can't do it independently. And if you can just, share the video and reach out and get one other person to, watch the video and follow through, then you've done your job. That's all I'm looking for every day. It's just, one person. If I can get through to one person, I've done what I needed to do. If I can get a phone call and go, hey, thanks for that, Floyd. And yep, already had several thank yous this morning. So it's, like I said, it's been a great day, a glorious day. And for me, it's a divine life. I quit driving, gave the keys up. God, you drive. And that's where I'm at. I'm in the back seat, just enjoying the ride as you see the spectacular homestead and farm and academy that Jim has produced, and the people that he has surrounding him, the team he's accumulated and put together, and what he's going to do in the future to spread the word and get more and more people knowledgeable about this. And I harp on Corey because Corey covers a wide spectrum of topics in such a short amount of time. If you haven't seen his video, his interview with Lewis Herms, go check that out. I actually got him hooked up with Lewis in kind of a roundabout way. And it was, I almost felt like a proud father watching him on the show in the interview. I was like, oh man, I'm so proud of him because he is so good. And I'll definitely get him back on the show when he has time. Apparently he's very, very busy. I got a text back from him yesterday and not a phone call. And I told him to hit me up. So I'm waiting on him to give me a call. They're talking about doing something in March. And I've talked about putting something together as well, as far as some type of an event, and have people come in and speak and then do workshops. So we'll see what we can put together. I have another associate here in town named Jake, who used to be a runner for Live Nation. So we know all the same people. We never crossed paths in the industry, and he has produced some major events across the United States, where, up to 120,000 people attending. So we both know the business. He knows I know the production end too, but he knows the production end. I know the technical end. So it'd be a good combination to put together and produce something. See what we can do about putting on a tour. That would be probably really, really cool. So let me put that in my notes to call Jake today. Not Jake from State Farm. Events. So I'll reach out to him, see what we can put together. Trademark class. If you are interested in the trademark class, hopefully I will have time today to get everything on the website. You'll see on the homepage, it'll take you a link over to that particular page in my website. So all you have to do is click on that. It'll pull up all the trademark modules with the home, as well as the all access package. Putting that together, I have everything. So I should be able to shred through that rather rapidly. All right. Anybody else have anything to add for today's show? And I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for commenting, participating, listening. I hope you contact Jim and his associates and get involved and try to get knowledgeable and do something in your own community, or decide or go visit and stay at the Airbnb, check it all out. And, maybe you may want to move to another locale. I didn't get a chance to talk to him about it, and I meant to, but next time I have him on, I'll ask him about that. Because he did a good segue when they were talking about the funds for the academy, the $1,200. a month to enroll the child. And that 1,000 of that was going to come possibly from the government. And they were like, "Yeah, do we take it? Do we, do we do that?" And I was going to follow up with that, and I missed the opportunity. I had it in my mind. I just let it slip and slide, but I will definitely address it next time. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, it would be guaranteed loans and grants from the government. And that's something I'm working on as well, and I will utilize when I move. So hopefully that's part of why I'm going to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, mainly for me this time, is going to be, I would say, 80% business, 20% rest, relaxation, get my head together, explore the island, have fun, that kind of thing. But most of it's business. I'll have appointments with different state and or state, territorial, province, and federal agencies, departments, and bureaus. So I just look forward to going to Puerto Rico. It's going to be interesting and fun. Can't wait to go. Send you guys videos and pictures. So looking forward to that. All right. 2:05. I've been on here for a couple hours. I'll cut this short. I'm going to have to pull this video from YouTube, edit out that one part about the turmeric, and I'll repost it back up. So for those of you who joined us, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to run through the thumbnails as I always do. So if you'd like to cut out now, be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. If you want to reach me, I am the Fearless Floyd Show across every social media platform. Mainly, I hang out on Telegram when I do hang out on social media. If you're looking for a class on trusts, private membership associations, and I meant to ask Jim about that as well, PMAs, how that works. Go to fearlessfloydshow.com, the trademark class. That's all 100% Wesley Keith Mullings. Material, videos, it's all his stuff. I'm just utilizing my platform to promote it. I'm doing all the marketing, advertising, everything, processing, put you in where you need to be. All he's doing is the videos. So if that's something you want to be involved in, the modules are a la carte, so you can pick and choose which ones you want to utilize, depending on where you're going with your trademark. You may not, need all 9 modules on the get-go, and you might want to buy it, parse it out, and a la carte and go on as needed. I haven't discussed this with Wesley, but we're probably going to do a 10% discount if you buy all the modules at one time. I need to text him about that. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm just going through the modules 1 through 9, and then that was going to be the last one. So that's where I'm at with that, folks. So go check that out. I got 2 more comments over here to look at. Hey, Pat, came in late, Mr. Floyd. Yeah. Again, I've got to take it off YouTube, and I've got to edit it, and I got to edit out that one little word. So this is available. Oh no, it's not on Rumble. I'm gonna have to upload it on Rumble. As soon as it processes, I'll upload it over on Rumble. Y'all can go watch it over there. It'll also be in my Telegram. Y'all can go find it over there. But I'm gonna have to pull it off YouTube just because one little phrase, and it sucks. But it is what it is, and I'll do it. So let me just run through everybody and say hello to everybody for showing up and being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. Golly, y'all commented a lot. Ingrid, hello. Keith, as always. Pet Petty Sock, hello. Tanya Trash Dog, thanks for showing up. Bear, as always. David John, hello. Ms. Gonzalez, how you doing? Welcome back. Conspiratary, Mary Jones, Celestial Kingdom Ministries, thanks for showing up. Buffy, Occult Examiner. Hey, Buffy, I need to have you on the show. Okay, I wanna promote Occult Examiner. Get you on here, and of course, we can talk about cults like we usually do. And Savvy, hello. Thank you for showing up. Margin Call, thank you, thank you. Appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. Without you guys, it just it's just not the same. Really not. Jeff, hello. Thanks for showing up. Ascending Higher, how you doing? If I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to get to everybody. Elizabeth Gay Hooker, hello. Welcome back. Matt W., of course. Yeah, I used to have a mulberry tree behind my trailer when I first got out of prison. And man, I loved walking back there when they were ripe and fat and falling off the tree. I just said that's where I'd go to lunch. Lunch was the mulberry tree, believe it or not. I'd just sit there and get fat on mulberries. Had to eat a lot of them. And of course, you had purple fingers when you were done. You're welcome for all the thank yous, the information, and the guest. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to go check on my dog. So, anyway, thank you guys. I really do appreciate you being here. And as always, if you need some products for your immune system, I'm using Stem Active right now. I'm taking 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and I'm not yet through my first bottle of 60 capsules. And this is my second round. This is why I'll fall back to the recommended dosage of 1 capsule in the morning. Actually, it's 2 a day, but I like to spread them out. That way I'm constantly feeding my body. But these products from Healthy Home, it's Fearless Floyd at healthyhome.com. If you want to go get it, descriptions or actually links in the description below. They have a whole bunch of products, even for pets. So if you have a middle-aged dog, let's just say your dog's statistically going to live 12 years, according to the breed. At about 6 years, you may want to get some, stem cell products for your dog to help them out. And then, as always, the mushroom therapy as well for pets. So they have the different stuff. This is the collagen amaze. There it is. My finger out of the way. And this is the nitric oxide, which is like a pixie stick. You just pour it into your tongue or under your tongue. Of course, that's the Stem Active Gel, which I've already consumed. And here's the antioxidant gel, which I also have already consumed. And then they have the product for the stem cell activator, the same stuff for pets. So along with that, the mushroom therapy, probably be doing pretty good. So